Trump's closest advisor, Stephen Miller, said last year that mass deportations could involve detention camps built on open land in Texas near the border. That's the same Stephen Miller who, at the recent rally, said America is for Americans and Americans only. Mexico's government is bracing for threats, including Trump's campaign promise to impose tariffs. Trump vowed, if elected, to impose a 25% tariff on Mexican goods, escalating to 100% if Mexico's government does not act to stop migrants and fentanyl from crossing its northern border. Deporting people back to Mexico would severely damage the country's economy by increasing the unemployed population and slashing remittances. Incidentally, trade between Mexico and the United States exceeded $800 billion last year, and Trump would be compromising that and a whole lot more. You see, these xenophobic and racist tropes aren't rooted in any real detail or economic analysis or planning. They're just dog whistles to win votes from people who want someone else to blame for their problems. Immigrants are and have always been an easy target. And I'm sure that all those exhausting jobs working on farms that immigrants are prepared to do for almost no money so that we can eat will be snapped up by white Trumpian Americans for less than minimum wage. Many farm workers are paid based on how much they pick, which is known as the piece rate. For example, in North Carolina, the piece rate for sweet potatoes is about 45 cents per 35-pound bucket. You see, whilst it might be fun to vote for the convicted felon, the adjudicated rapist who swears and snarls and is racist and dances and pretends to be the anti-establishment candidate, just remember that he is the very elite that you complain about. He's a confidence trickster who makes a compelling argument, provided you don't fact-check him. Trump won because he lied, and his disinformation campaign was supported by the TV networks, the social media platforms, every member of the Republican Party, and Russia, China, and Iran. On Election Day, bomb threats were conveyed to polling sites in battleground states, Georgia, Michigan, Arizona, and Wisconsin, with the FBI stating that the hoax threats emanated from Russian email domains. The Russians also ran an effective doppelganger network of websites that mimicked legitimate American news outlets, like the Washington Post, but published fake news to undermine confidence in elections and increase polarization. How is it possible for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz to compete with that level of disinformation and anti-democratic propaganda? They can't. I'm amazed that she even got 68 million votes, to be honest, fighting an uphill battle. Whilst our voting system is safe and secure, our information system is not. The corporate media has been bought, and that means the end of normal, free and fair elections. The democratic right to vote has been infiltrated by oligarchs. Musk buying votes, Joe Rogan spreading false information, Trump lying, Zuckerberg calling Trump badass, Bezos preventing the Washington Post from supporting Kamala Harris. If you voted for Trump, you just voted for an oligarchy. You just voted against your own best interests.